The one with Joey's big break is the 22nd episode of the 5th season of Friends. This is directed by Gary Halvorson, and as always, there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode and share some thoughts. I'll talk about each part of the narrative in turn. I'll leave the part with Joey until the end because I think I have the most thoughts about that part. We also have a part focusing on Phoebe and Ross and one on Rachel. And Phoebe is mad at Ross. And I like the mystery here. I've seen this episode many times, so of course I know why she's mad at Ross. I kind of wish I could remember how I felt when I first saw this episode, or if I had any theories for why she was mad at Ross. If you are watching this for the first time, or indeed if you can remember your first experience, I'd love to know what you thought. But Phoebe is mad at Ross. She doesn't know why. And they end up playing the question game where you ask this or that questions and other questions, quick fire to say things without thinking about them, and she manages to realise that she's mad at Ross because Ross said she was boring. And we very quickly get an explanation for this, and it's because they played chess on a frozen lake and other bizarre things happened. Turned out it was a dream. It's a nice bit of padding for the main narrative. It definitely helps to bulk things out in a way that's really fun, and I assume the mystery element of why she was mad at Ross was quite good as well. But as I said, I can't remember what it felt like to wonder why she was mad at Ross. We then have part focusing on Rachel, and we actually have a delightful beginning to the episode in Central Perk. Rachel has an itchy eye, and Monica tells her to go and see an eye doctor. And Rachel doesn't want to, she doesn't like eyes, so everybody starts teasing her, saying words with eye in them, and then Joey gets overexcited and pokes his eye, and it's adorable. And one of my favourite moments in the whole show, it's a very brief moment, but Rachel is about to go to the eye doctor, and she doesn't want to go, and Monica is forcing her. So just as she's leaving the house, she pushes over a box of cereal, and it goes everywhere. And it's very brief, but I really enjoyed it. And obviously, the intention was that Monica would have to stay behind to clean it up. But Chandler was there for Monica, which was very sweet. I rather enjoyed that. They go to the eye doctor. It's not too bad. The scene works well enough. Rachel gets eye drops, and unfortunately, she doesn't use the eye drops because, and I have to say, at that point, I was with Rachel. I hate eyes. I don't like anything near my eyes. I don't like looking too closely at people's eyes. And I was not really necessarily as bad as Rachel throughout it. I think I could get a small puff of air in my eyes. It's unpleasant, but I can do it. But when it comes to eye drops, I hope I never have to use them. Monica ends up wrestling Rachel on the floor, and unfortunately, it goes everywhere. So it didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's just hope Rachel's eyes get better. And is again not a bad part of the episode. It's nice to kind of bulk out the main narrative, to have some focus on Rachel and Monica. But then we have the main story. And I really enjoyed this. And Joey gets the lead in a movie. He's really excited about this. It sounded good. It sounds like a film I would watch. And he's going to be filming in a desert outside of Vegas. So he and Chandler decide to drive up there in Phoebe's grandmother's cab. And this is how Phoebe introduces the question game to decide what route they're going to take. So when they're on the road, Joey decides to play this game with Chandler. He asks him a bunch of questions, and then he asks him, is this movie going to be my big break? And Chandler, without thinking, says no. Understandably, Joey was annoyed. I don't think it was fair for Joey to kick Chandler out in the middle of a road. Maybe not the smartest idea, but that's what happened, and Joey drives off to the desert, and when he gets there, he learns the film has been shut down. There's no funding, which is heartbreaking because not only was Chandler right and Joey punished him, but also Joey's not getting his big break. And I think it's fair to say everybody wants the best for Joey. Unfortunately, it looks like that's not happening on this occasion. And then he gets the balloons that Chandler sent him, and it's just a heartbreaking moment. And then obviously Joey phones and he tells Monica there's a well-dressed pack of dogs in Ohio, which is adorable. an image with Chandler's sweater vests, and we end on, I guess, a bit of a cliffhanger. I know what happens next, of course, but it's an emotional moment because I really want the best for Joey, and when things don't go his way, plus however much money he's spent getting there on gas and things, so not a great time for Joey. But I'm looking forward to rewatching the next episodes. I know what happens next, and well, more on that when we get there. It's a good episode. Personal highlights: Joey poking himself in the eye in the beginning, very adorable, and Phoebe describing why she was mad at Ross, very creative, very well done. And as heartbreaking as it is, the image of Joey with the balloons. So I had good fun with this one. Definitely an interesting episode. I do wish I could not remember why Phoebe was mad at Ross, because that would be quite fun to rediscover. But even though I know what it is, still enjoyed it. The one with Joey's big break is a really good episode, and I'm really looking forward to rewatching the next one.